Zaha Hadid was a prominent and somewhat controversial Iraqi architect who passed away in March 2016. It seems strange to talk about her in the past tense, because her influence is still being felt today in the projects she delivered and those that continue to be progressed by her practice. Now, there are a lot of Zaha Hadid creations out there, and compiling a list of the top 5 was not easy. To help, we've imposed some pretty strict criteria. We're only focusing on buildings, as the title suggests, and they won't have been featured on the B1M before now. We're also only allowing one building per country into the top 5 to ensure that we fairly recognise Hadid's global influence. Architecture is of course very subjective, and this list is purely based on our opinions. Please don't hate us too much. First up is 600 Collins Street, a new mixed-use tower in Melbourne's financial district. The 54-storey building is formed from a series of stacked vases that each relate to its various uses, including retail units, commercial office space, and residential apartments. It's claimed that the building uses 50% less energy than a conventional mixed-use tower of the same height. The filigreed facade form, together with solar treatment to the glazing, reduces solar gain. There's a grey water recycling system and a highly efficient mechanical and electrical installation. It was the achievement of this next building's abstract form in such an extreme site position that earned it a place on our list. Sitting 2 kilometres above sea level on Mount Kronplatz in northern Italy, Messner Mountain Museum was created by Italian extreme climber Reinhold Messner. The museum's form is intended to mirror the shards of rock and ice in the surrounding landscape. Cast in situ reinforced concrete canopies create openings for windows, doors, and a terrace. Over 4,000 cubic metres of earth were excavated to enable its construction. This was then replaced once works completed, incorporating the museum into the mountain and helping to regulate its internal climate throughout the year. Wanjing in northeast Beijing is a hub for Chinese IT and telecommunications businesses. Wanjing Soho is Hadid's mixed-use development consisting of 3 towers, the tallest of which rises to 43 stories. These are intended to create a cohesive anchor for the Wanjing community, appearing as interweaving mountains that link the buildings with the landscape. The development is accompanied by a 60,000 square metre public park, further driving social cohesion in the district. Hadid's London Aquatic Centre doesn't really need an introduction. It became a globally recognisable building when it hosted events for the London 2012 Olympic and Paralympic Games. Built specifically for the Games on the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park to the east of the city, the building initially had larger temporary wings to give it a seating capacity of 17,500. After London 2012, it was dramatically reduced in scale to its legacy mode and now seats a mere 2,500 people. The facility's form is inspired by the fluid geometry of water in motion, but the structure proved extremely challenging to construct. The impressive roof is widely acknowledged as a significant feat of engineering. Taking our top spot is the breathtaking Heydar Aliyev Centre in Azerbaijan's capital, Baku. The structure, which is 8 stories high in places, is named after the country's former president. It's intended to become the primary building for Azerbaijan's cultural programmes and provides a large conference auditorium, gallery space and a museum. The core structure of the building, including the floor plates, stairwells and lift shafts, are formed of concrete, whilst the free-form structure is achieved with a space frame system clad with glass fibre reinforced concrete panels. Welding equipment in use on the roof was responsible for the breakout of a large fire in 2012. Luckily, no one was harmed in the incident and the building was repaired to its former appearance. The centre's form is intended to deliberately contrast with the Soviet-era architecture of Baku and seeks to express the optimism of the Azeri nation, looking toward the future. Notable omissions from our list of course include Antwerp Port House in Belgium, which recently featured in a B1M construction documentary, and Dongdaemun Design Plaza, which was the focus of one of our BIM case studies. There's also the Serpentine Sackler Gallery, arguably Hadid's most successful project in the UK, and Beijing Daxing International Airport in China, currently one of the world's largest infrastructure projects. Let us know your favourite Zaha Hadid building in the comments or on our social media channels, and to get more videos from us, subscribe to the B1M.